Hello and welcome back. So now that we can edit and we can post and edit, we also need to be able to delete. So if I click on delete right now, we don't see anything. So let's make a link to that as well. So in the excuse me here, in the views, we go to posts.blade, and this is what we have for the link of the edit. So we just have to copy this because it's very similar. I'll paste that here. I forgot the bracket, and let me put the closing A tag as well. So back here, closing A tag intact. Let me move these guys inward a little bit. So here we'll go for delete instead of edit. So let's just change that to delete. And that's it, actually. So once I have this, now the only question is to ask, are you sure you want to delete this or not? And then we can continue to delete it. So the only things that you need to know when deleting are just the title of the post and a few other things. But what we can do is go to the edit.blade.php, edit post.blade.php, exactly how things are here. We're just going to copy everything, copy, and then we'll create a new file in the admin, new file, paste, save this file. We're going to copy the format of the edit and just replace edit with delete at the end here, at the beginning, sorry, delete.post.blade. Okay, good. So now if I do click on post or delete, where does it take me? I can smell an error coming up. So undefined variable rows. So this is not a problem. We just have to go to the controller and copy what we did for the edit and retrieve the required information. So yeah, here, how do we do? Actually, let's just copy everything from the edit to here, up to the break, somewhere here. That. I think we'll need most of this. So the only thing here we have is page title, which says delete post. So copy that. Let me just paste everything at the top here, like so. Paste. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so post, new post. Same thing here, but we don't need to validate anything, right? Nothing needs validation here. We just need the ID that we are getting from the top there. So ID is there. So let's remove the validation. We don't need to validate. We don't need to check if a file exists. So none of this as well. So yes, let me move this up to here. We don't need any of this out. And so here post, where we can do exactly the same thing here and say delete, and we'll delete. What will we delete here? Because we don't have the data. So the thing is, let's go to the documentation for a second here. Maybe I can explain a few things. Updates, delete should be down here somewhere. So this is inside Eloquent, because that's where you're dealing with models. That's the place to find. Okay, so deleting models. So what it's saying here is if you can find the record first, and then you get that result and then say delete. That's how it's done. Or you can use destroy if you don't want to read from it. Just put the ID there. However, it will still do the same process. You just find the file and then delete. But let's try and do it this way. The first one here. So I'll say post is got a new post. So post find, which we found. Then on this, that's where we're going to do the delete. So we should do this in here. So I will copy this, paste it here, even though this is a repeat, but Actually, in this case, because once we delete something, we can't go back to that post that we have deleted. So I can put this at the top here, again with the, yeah. So I can put it at the top here, that's okay, because we don't have to worry about that updating issue we had on the edit, because once we delete, we are out of there. So row here exists, so I don't need to do this. What I can do is just say delete, and then put the row. Wait a minute. So find, this is the find, and that's what we found, then delete. Okay, that's okay. So we are in the right place. This is, we need to get the result itself here. So row delete, like that. Once we've deleted, we can't go back here, so we'll have to go to posts like so, and move that here like that. Okay, otherwise we continue with this. Let me put this closer to the top. Again, I can't drag for some reason. Okay, making sense. But we need this row and category here as well for reading the file in the other, for getting rid of this error that we got here. So because it can't find the rows to give us a view of the file that we want to delete or the post that we want to delete. So I just need to change a few things here. For example, the page title, I'll move that to here, and then I'll move the view as well. Admin posts, actually this one should be delete, like so. So now I can remove this final one at the end and keep this one. So if I now refresh the page, I should see something like this. So delete post, this is the post I should delete. So I should just put the title here, not the editing thing, and just display the image. Since the image is already displayed, I don't need to show any of this. We don't need to see the category of this thing. We also don't need to see the content, the whole content. I think we can infer which post it is from the title and from the image. That should be enough information. So back to the delete post here, I will remove what I think is not needed. For example, the token is needed, of course. So let's get rid of the content itself. So we don't need this note, which means we will not need summer note either here. So I will remove all the summer note scripts here because they take up quite a bit of space. And then from here I will go, let's see here for a second, category not required, so delete this whole div area. And what else? This is the featured image. We do need that, but we don't need the input itself from there. We just need the image view. So let's remove just the input of the image. And then we're remaining with the title here. But instead of us having to use a control like this, so another way is just to disable the control. So let me refresh, and this is what we have. So delete post, post title, this is the post title, featured image, that's the featured image. So if you want, you can just say disabled here. That way it's not editable when you are here. So it's just for viewership, right? That's the title, this is the thing, or you can replace this with a div. Either way, it's not a big deal, because even if this was an input, if we say save or delete, it actually won't do anything. We'll just get the title, the ID, and delete. So a few things I'll change here. I'll change this to danger on the submit button and change the value to delete, like so. Okay, so let me refresh one more time. So delete, back. Or maybe the delete button should be here and then back should be there. Regardless, all all I need to do for that is to put the style on this other one here. So cut it from here and paste it there. And then they will swap places. So that's delete, that's back. So let me go back and delete something else that I'm less attached to, like this first one. So delete and delete. Okay, so it's gone just like that. That's how we delete. So we should have asked the question, are you sure you want to delete? So we can do that real quick at the top here. And let me see here for a second. So just after the title, we can put maybe H4 or something and say, are you sure you want to delete this post? Question mark many times. And back here, refresh. Are you sure you want to delete this post? So that at least they are sure. You can put all the warnings that you want, just to make sure that they understand what they're about to do, and then delete. So let's go back. We don't need to delete anything more, and this is good. So in the next video, let's look at how to deal with cropping of these images, because some images are long and others are, so it becomes a bit of a problem. So we'll crop these images, and then we'll deal with the categories. But the categories don't have images, so maybe we might skip to that instead and then deal with the cropping a bit later. Okay, anyway, I'll see you in the next video.